Hello, maraming salamat sa panonood nyo dito sa aking channel. At alam ko natututo kayo at i-share mo na rin ito sa mga kaibigan mo. So last time pinag-aralan natin ang cause and effect. Siyempre, kapag may cause, sanhi, may bunga. Ano yung naging effect or epekto? Siyempre, kapag may cause and effect, meron din tayong problem and solution. So ngayon, ito ang pag-aaralan natin. Ang lesson 7. Ang problem solution. Okay, pag sinabi nating problem, syempre, problema. Sino ba sa atin ang may gusto ng problema? Syempre, wala. Ano? So, solution. Ano yung solution? Syempre, kailangan, kung may problema ka, kailangan alam mo at alam mong malalagpasan mo ito sa iyong solusyon. Okay, so in this lesson, pag-aaralan natin kung paano magplano, mag-compose, yung structure niya, at sumulat ng mga bagay na maganda sa paningin ng mga mambabasa natin. At yung meaningful, ibig sabihin ng meaningful paragraphs, yung makabuluhan yung laman ng isang paragraphs natin or yung sinusulat natin. So, i-apply natin dito yung problem and solution. Makikita natin dito yung problem and solution dun sa ating paragraphs. In our previous lesson, we tackle about cause and effect, pattern of development. So, you can readily write a full-blown essay addressing any issues that interest you. After answering the why and the what happened, we now move on how. How will we do things and how you can resolve issues or concerns around us. So this time, you will apply the problem-solution pattern of development. Okay, so tandaan natin yung why and what happened. Yun yung nagtitrigger or yun yung cause and effect. So, ngayon naman, how ang gagamitin natin. How? How can resolve? Diba? So, yun yung problem and solution. Yun yung word na gagamitin natin. What's new? Please read the passage or the essay here by Emerson Armero or Emerson T. Armero, which is Healing a Child's Stitches and Burn. There can be no doubt that a large number of CIFL or children in conflict with the law may commit more juvenile crimes despite the intense effort of teachers, the barangays, the police, and the guidance officer. This poses a huge challenge to government authorities and the whole society as well, since these minors are protected by law and should not be harmed by all means. Yan yung sinasabi ko. So, di ba ang bata kapag gumawa ng masama, nagnakaw, etc., kung ano man ang nagawa niyang crime, nag-commit siya ng crime, protected siya ng law. Hindi siya makukulong. Instead, sa halip, dadalhin siya sa DSWD. Basically, while being interrogated upon, these child offenders do not take their cause seriously. They sometimes treat their offense as a practical joke, similar to an amusing snapshot or a TikTok moment. Others consider their waywardness as a part of their growing up years. They're being young, wild, and free. And they blend with the other CIFL regulars, thereby establishing an organization of future gangster. Unfortunately, they are not given the chance to reform their character because they cannot go to jail and should be with their parents' custody within 24 hours. Additionally, sometimes of them turns to substance abuse. Yung iba daw, kapag nahuhuli, hindi nila masyadong sineseryoso yung isang bagay na siguro hindi sila ganun ka-aware na nasa presinto na pala sila. So pagpipicturan sila, nakangiti pa, kung ano pang ginagawa, akala nila TikTok lang, So, ayun. Yung iba naman, mas dinedevelop nila, yung ibang kabataan, mas dinedevelop nila na mag-join or sumama sa mga gangster, yung mga samahan, like fraternities, yan. At yung iba naman, mas nalululong sila sa substance or illegal substance like drugs, marijuana, etc. or kung ano pa mga droga na yan, There might be doable solutions to overcome the problem mentioned in the previous paragraphs. The first step would be to give them Opportunity to intensely rehabilitate and provide educational programs suited to their needs and abilities, which will prepare them in the harsh realities of life. It is also equally important that they get the full support and encouragement of their parents and fellow learners. O, yan ang masakit. Minsan, yung mga magulang pa ang naguudyok dun sa anak nila, siguro sobrang kahirapan na rin. Pinagnanakaw, pinapagawa ng krimen, dahil alam ng mga magulang na hindi pwedeng ikulong yung bata, yung underage, below 18. Hindi pwedeng ikulong yan. Dadalhin nila sa DSWD. O ano raw yung unang step natin dyan? Give them the opportunity to intensely rehabilitate and provide educational program. So marami nang gumagawa nito. So nagbibigay sila ng educational program doon sa ating mga batang naliligaw ng landas. Pinagbabago nila. It is reasonable to conclude that educational still paves the way for CIFL learners to mend their ways. Furthermore, it is still everybody's responsibility to help them change, to motivate them to change and stay away from temptation that may inevitably arise. Ayan yung sinasabi ko. So, kailangan kayong mga viewers ko, especially kayong mga kabataan, pipiliin nyo yung mga taong papakisamahan nyo. Hindi dahil sa pareho kayo ng hilig, dahil iisa kayo ng gusto, ay magiging okay kayo. So, tingnan nyo muna yung sarili nyo kung ano yung layunin nyo or goal nyo sa buhay nyo. Kung alam nyo masama ang ginagawa ng kaibigan nyo or kasama nyo, putulin nyo na yung relasyon nyo dun sa pagkakaibigan na yun. Kung may nakita kayong masama, putulin nyo na yung relasyon. Kasi walang maibubuting maganda yung mga ganong bagay. Kasi walang ibubuting maganda or may dudulot na maganda yung ganung bagay. What is it? A problem solution essay presents a problem, usually discussing several aspects of the problem, then concludes by discussing solutions to the problem. The problem may be addressed in the following ways. Na ito po yun, kung ano yung mga gusto mong gamitin. Okay, so yung problem solution pattern, makikita nyo agad dyan. Okay, so kagaya nung binasa natin yung Healing a Child Stitches and Burn, so makikita mo na agad yung problema. Una, diniscuss yung problem. And then, followed by solution. Ito yung mga problema or problems na pwedeng i-address. Ito yung mga salita. Effects. Describe the problem only in terms of its effect. Use examples. Diba? Gumamit tayo ng examples kanina. Cause and effects. Outline the causes of the problem. So, ilalagay mo dyan, i-outline mo. Ano ba yung mga naging problema? Discuss solutions in terms of preventive measures. Sasabihin mo na doon sa sentence mo kung paano ba ito maiiwasan. Ano ba yung mga dapat isaalang-alang or gawin para maiwasan yung mga bagay na yun. Next, extended example. Ibig sabihin, mas pinahaba. Okay, after a topic sentence, illustrate the problem by using an extended example through a story or anecdote from your introduction. Na doon yung lahat ng detalye that is anecdotal. Pinahaba mo pa yung record. That is extended example. Okay, the solutions may be presented in various ways and you have to think about which way would be the most appropriate for the particular problems you are discussing. So here are the examples how to present solutions. Kung paano natin may pipresenta yung solution dun sa ating sentences. Okay. Preventive measures. Ways to prevent the problem from occurring in the first place. For example, how to prevent COVID-19. Yan yung pwede mong gawin. Diba? Nadyan yung word na how. How to prevent COVID-19. Next, a series of steps. Ibig sabihin, pagkakasunod-sunod or yung steps. Suggest the easiest and most obvious solution first. So, i-discuss mo daw dyan yung pinaka-obvious or pinaka-madaling paraan sa iyong sentences. But if that doesn't work, try something else. Okay, ito pa. For example, if you have a neighbor who does not wear mask nor practice social distancing, you might first talk to him or her. If that doesn't work, arrange for a mediator. Sino ba yung mga mediator na yan? Like the barangays, captains, kung sino man, or police, ano. Yun yung series of steps. Next, advice. Give some advice and helpful hints. Next, a choice of solutions. Include solutions that we have already been tried, have been unsuccessful, and new solutions which you are proposing. Ibig sabihin, kung ano ba yung solution na pwede mong gawin doon sa isang problem, pwede mo nang isulat doon. Ano? So here are the transitional devices that you can apply to develop your text. Yan. Sa introduction mo, pwede kang gumamit. Pag sinabing introduction, sa una. Yan. Nowadays, it is a common trend that may ellipsis siya. Pag sinabing ellipsis, yung tuldok na tatlo. Kaya na bahalang magsunod. Ano? Society is becoming increasingly concerned about. Yan, introduction niya. Pag sinabing middle section naman or yung body, yan, pwede kang gumamit ng mga transitional devices. For instance, such as, like, namely. Sa conclusion naman, yung pinakang dulo, pinakang tail niya, in conclusion, to conclude, to sum up. So pag tandaan nyo, kapag gagamit kayo or pag magsusulat kayo ng problem solution, laging merong conclusion sa dulo. Ano? Next, what's more? So you're going to choose a specific problem in your place and try to propose solution for it. Ano daw yung nakikita nyong problema sa barangay nyo? Ano, gagawa kayo ng solution. Write your insights in a short paragraph following the problem and solution pattern of development. So you have to make it sure that there are correct transitional devices in your text. Ibig sabihin, may mga transitional devices or yung mga words natin na ginamit kanina. Okay, what I have learned. So you are going to rearrange these following steps, problem and solution. Number 1, yan, meron tayo dyan. Brainstorm to identify several solutions. Next, gather supporting information. Next, define the problem to solve. Next, decide how to organize your writing. Next, write a thesis statement. Next, support your thesis with examples and details. Last one, write a strong conclusion. Tama ba yan? I-rearrange nyo po yan ha. Lalagyan nyo lang ng number or numbers. Here is additional activities. So, list down the top 3 problems of millennials today. Ano daw yung pinakang problema ng mga millennials today? Kasama pa ako doon, millennials. Ano? So, ano ba yung mga problema natin ng mga millennials? Then, propose possible solutions to each of your identified problem. Ano? Gagawa kayo ng problem solutions paragraph. Ano? Ang topic nyo is yung mga problema ng mga millennials today. Bibigyan ko na kayo ng example. Ano yung problem ng mga millennials today? Una natin ngayon is yung COVID-19, yung pandemic. Paano sila nag-aaral? Kagaya nitong ginagawa ko, nag-upload na lang ako sa YouTube para mas, at least anytime pwedeng balikan ng student ko. Ano pa? Technologies, di ba? Gustong-gusto nila gadgets. Importante sa kanila yun. What else? Napakadami. Okay, maraming salamat sa inyong panonood dito sa aking maiksing lesson. So, huwag kayong aalis kasi meron pa tayong lesson 8 which is persuasive.